Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse One here. Welcome, welcome. So we're going to talk about tonight what will the numbers do now. Okay, so we're going to get into that in a few minutes. But before we get started, I just wanted to say again, if we have any interruptions, that please be patient. I will get right back on as soon as I can. We had 6 interruptions on Sunday's stream, so that was no fun. So hopefully we won't have any today, and we'll just kind of go with the flow and see what happens with that. But so again, if there's any interruptions, just be patient. I will get right back on as soon as I can. Okay. That being said, I like to remind everybody that this is a very family-friendly oriented channel. So please be kind, please be patient, with each other. No racism, no nastiness, and just be decent. Okay. So otherwise, if you don't, those awesome people that you see lit up in blue will boot you out of here, and you will be gone. So just don't do it. Just don't waste your time. So anyway, and again, if you have any questions, throw them all in cap locks, and so they stand out for me. Hey, Prepper Chris One. Hey, boss, did you see my garden right in the boot? I don't think I did. I may. Oh, I did. I don't think I did. I'm sorry. I may have. I may have not. I'm not sure if I did or not. But thank you for the donation. I have. I'll tell you what, guys. I haven't been watching anything. I have been busy trying to get things done. So I want to get things done. So I'm actually behind now, unfortunately, because now we're into June, and I have my plants. I have my seeds that I need to plant, but it's going to take a little bit to get everything else finished up. So hopefully Mike will be here 3 days after frost. Still just made it. Oh, that's cool. Very cool. I'm glad. Yeah, I know late frost are not any fun, especially when you plant. So more takes and eggs tonight. I hope not. Yeah, let's hope not. No, we don't want that. Uh, but anyway, so we'll get to the egg count a little bit later. But anyway, so with everything that see, and this is what is amazing to me. And I want to talk about this a second, and I'm going to give you my take. Uh, People are out there saying that this pandemic is fake, that it's not real, that it's been manipulated, and all this type of stuff. Okay. The initial numbers were coming out that it was a 3.4% death rate, and then all of a sudden now they're trying to say that it's this minuscule death rate. And I don't believe any of that. I believe that the numbers are much higher than they're indicating. I think things have been squashed down to make it look like it's not as bad, so they could open the economies back up. Again, I'll go back to the person in Florida that they wanted her to fudge the numbers, and she would not do it, and they fired her. Okay. And she was one of the people that was in charge of doing that, giving out the official numbers and stuff like that. And they wanted her to, say that it was going down and it wasn't getting as bad, so they could start really opening things back up. They have started opening things back up in New York. I think parts of the state are heading into phase 2 of reopening. And so that's that's what's happening here. You know, so everybody goes out, mass protest all over the place. Uh, why are they not cracking down on that? Not even just the protests themselves, but what happened to social distancing and staying so many feet apart and all this type of stuff. So if you're doing mayhem and flipping out and having, a temper tantrum because you feel that that's okay to do that, that's okay not to follow the rules that everybody else has been doing. When you do that, it puts everybody else in danger. So when you look at these crowds of thousands upon thousands of people, all right, all gathered together, all out there protesting, and again, first of all, let me just say this right off the top. I am not against peaceful protest, but not during a pandemic. Okay. That's not the time to go out there and voice your opinion and do these type of things. What I see, what will happen from this, you are going to see, because of all these thousands and thousands of people all intermixing together, raising Cain. Now you have a large police presence out there. In some places, you have the National Guard out there. People are going to get exposed even more. Then what's going to happen? They're going to take that, they're going to go home, and they're going to expose their families. Again, let's talk about the incubation period. it's 14 to 28 days. They talked about that from early on. So you can be asymptomatic, not know you have symptoms, be showing no signs or symptoms because you feel good. You're like, well, I'm going to go out and I'm going to protest like everybody else. You all need to watch North County Off Grid. Has a video showing every business owner sitting outside of the business packing heat in this town to protect from looters. No looting in their town. That's awesome. Follower of Jay just said that. I like that. That's very, very good. Yeah, and who's going to pay for all the cleanup? That's a good question, JJ. Exactly. Again, Pepper Chris 1 said this somehow feels like a Joker movie. Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, the behavior of people is just crazy. So everybody's been restricted and held down and not do this and you're not to do that. And when you do go out, you have to follow these rules and stay so many feet apart and wear a mask and all this type of stuff. I mean, they got little marks and boxes on the store floors where to stand and how to do that, apart from each other. But then you have this group of people that basically just said, screw it, we're going to go do whatever we want to do. And then they rob and loot and everything else. And nobody is, why are the police not really cracking heads? That's what I would like to know. Well, because they're scared. They're scared because when you look at what is going on, there was a few police officers, I believe it was in Atlanta, that got charged because they pulled some protesters out of a car. I mean, it's insanity. I told my daughter, now my daughter is not one to get out there and protest either. She's not a big protester type of person, thank goodness, okay? But I told her, I said, if I ever saw you out there protesting, I don't care what if it's for, if it's something I believe in, I said, I'm kicking your butt. Because the reason, and this is why you will never ever see me at a protest, things can jump off and go bad like that. It just takes that one spark and it jumps off. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. Last things, no guns or 223 ammo scopes at Walmart. Oh, I know Walmart was basically getting rid of everything. I knew that they were doing that. I know they were doing that up here. So, yeah, I can understand that. And thank you again for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. But anyway, I believe what you're going to see is a direct result of this behavior all over the country is in those areas where people have gathered in large groups and did their protests and did all these things that they were doing. I think you're going to see a large spike in the numbers. They're going to go home. They're going to get other people and their family members sick, and especially the compromised people and their families. And it's going to be, it's going to be bad. It is absolutely going to be bad. So, what are they talking about? Ammo still? Prepper Chris 1 said, I just think it's sold out. Well, I know that a lot of places, I mean, we talked about in the other stream, in April alone, gun sales were up, 71%. Ammo is very, very difficult to get a hold of right now. Very, very difficult to get a hold of. Hold on a second. Unique Prepper said something here. I wanted to see what they said there. Ed, thank you for reading out your super chat. Is how shows a blank on our end. Shows a blank on our end. Really? That's weird. Yeah, I will always read out the super chats when somebody does that, and I read other chats as well. So it's not just super chats that I'm reading out. I want you guys to know that. I try to get to other people's questions as well. Obviously, super chats are going to be a preference because people are making that donation. So I want to make sure that I read their comment. I don't want them to think that they're being slighted. But I'm not trying to slight anybody. When you have a lot of people in the chat, it's very difficult to get every question. Okay, so, hey, Donna Smith. Hey, the police are outnumbered. If you have 1 million protesters, how do you handle it if you are the police? Well, that's a great question, Donna, and I'm going to tell you what. Depending on what the crowd is doing, if the crowd is, thank you so much for that donation as well. If the crowd is being peaceful, you let them go ahead and do their peaceful demonstration. But as soon as it gets out of hand, they need to crack down. And if that means you have to shoot a few people, I guarantee you, you shoot a couple people, especially people that are looting, that's committing a crime, and your people are going to run. They're going to be gone, and not with rubber bullets. So, I mean, that's my, obviously use the tear gas. You're going to use those non-lethal stuff first. So to use the tear gas, the bean bags, you start making mass arrests. I mean, I know that like more than 9,000 people have been arrested since the protests have started. And, so there's absolutely, there's ways to do it. But I'll tell you what, if it comes down to it and people are absolutely losing their minds, robbing stores and doing that, you shoot a couple of them and that'll end the protest and that right then and there in that town. I guarantee it. It's just like, okay, so let's use that as an example of something. SHTF happens. You have bands of people are going to go around, and this is not made up or anything like that. You're going to have bands of people are going to go around and try to do harm, try to steal, try and rob, okay? So if you have, let's say you got a band of 25, we'll just use that for a number, and they're hitting individual houses, and 25 armed people are going to overwhelm somebody pretty quickly in that home. Now they come up to that prepper compound where people are ready for them. We're prepared for that because that's what we do. Besides everything else, you shoot a couple of them, the rest of them are going to run and scatter. They're going to go and look for easy targets. That's what those type of people do. What's happening with these looters, they're looking for opportunities to rob and loot easy targets, okay? And that's what's happening. Anybody that was stand up and armed, and so like somebody had said in the chat or comment earlier that they were armed and they were ready for the looters and nobody was looting those stores. Of course not. Because if they see that resistance, they're going to go off and look for an easier target. Because again, if I was a store owner and there was looting going on, I would absolutely use lethal force, and they're very justified to do that. That's their business. That's their livelihood. They don't want to see that robbed and stolen, and it shouldn't be anyway, because they're not doing it in the name of, they're doing it as an opportunistic opportunity. They're not doing it because of some injustice. They're doing it because they want to just go ahead and steal and rob and want something for nothing. That's called zero respect for other people's things, other people's property. That's what that's all about. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. Do you think the Army coming soon? I hear the guard got ran over. I don't know if the guard got ran over or not. I don't know about that. Again, it depends on how much they amp things up, to be honest with you. And thank you so much for that donation as well. Hey, Baroness, this country was founded on violence in conscientious objection. Just saying, thank God those protesters. For those protesters, where we wouldn't be having this conversation. No, you're right. We wouldn't be having this conversation. But, with what is going, I thank you very much, too, for the donation as well. And you're right. This country is founded on violence. Hold on a second. Let's see what somebody said. Unique Prepper said yes. It started Monday on the blank super chat. That's weird. I didn't even know it was doing that. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on with YouTube and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to read this because I think this is important. John T. McGill just said, all lives matter. And that's exactly right. Every life matters. Let's remember, too, with this situation, okay, with Floyd, let's think about this for a second. 4 cops, 1 black, 1 Asian, 1 Hispanic, and 1 white. And it just happened to be the white cop that had his knee on his neck. Now, did he kill the guy? Absolutely killed the guy. Okay. And unfortunate, it happened. That happens all the time with police. The police have gotten much more aggressive. But let's think of why the police have gotten so much more aggressive. Why are police acting so much more aggressive? Because people don't have any respect anymore. They think they can say and do whatever they want to do out in public and show their behinds and spew all kinds of crap and stuff like that. It happens all the time. So you don't think as a human being that if I'm being attacked by somebody and verbally assaulted that I shouldn't have that right to defend myself if I have a uniform on or not? So, I'm not saying that that's a situation with the Floyd situation. It absolutely is not. Okay, I mean, you watch the video of that situation. None of it made any sense, and I said that many, many times already. Hey, Prepper Chris 1, cop who killed Floyd has been charged with second degree murder. I saw that they changed that. and the other 3 are being charged as accomplices. I saw that as well. So, drinking water tonight. I'm trying to be more healthy, so I'm trying to cut down on the old green tea. I like my green tea, but I got to be smarter. So, but this is all part of the agenda. Oh yeah, follower Jay. I don't not believe that for a second. Yeah, all 4 police officers have been charged, right, JJ? But the other ones are not being. They're being charged with accessories. The other 3 are being charged as accessories. So, you know what? It's an unfortunate situation that happened. If it had been a different race to a different race, there would be no protest. You would not see this happening at all. So this is an opportunistic opportunity by people because they want to throw up the race card. All right. I had somebody today in the comments, and I removed the comment because they were being hateful about it. But they were saying, because I had mentioned that I have been profiled. All right. And they were like, oh, you're white. White people aren't profiled. Absolutely they are. Cops profile people all the time by the way they look, the way they act, the way they present themselves. They don't care about color. They don't. They're looking for a certain type of people, a certain look. If I'm on my Harley and I got a muscle shirt on and I got all my tattoos showing and I wear a goatee and I have my head shaved and I got my earrings in, okay? Obviously, I have that biker look to me, all right? So they're thinking automatically because I look like a biker, I must have drugs on me. Maybe I'm carrying illegal weapons, right? It's an automatic assumption by the police. And I'm telling you, that's a stereotype. You are being profiled. So anybody that's saying that's not being profiled, you're an idiot, okay? Because that's being profiled, But people have their agenda, and people want to just narrow it down and try to blame only white people. White people are evil and all this kind of crap. It's ridiculous. There was 4 cops there. Only one of them was white. Now, he happened to be the one that had his knee on the guy's neck. And like I said, again, what happened was wrong, 100%. The way they handled it, the whole situation was absolutely wrong. Dan G, internet, hold on a second. Internet outage today, just as accidental as October 16th with Assange. I heard HRC was in court today, blackout yesterday. It's in our face. Yeah, you know what? I can't disagree with that. Thank you, Dan, for the comment. And thank you very much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. That guy profiled you saying that white people don't get profiled. Exactly, Tony Draper. Great. You're right. So he's making a judgment. All people are profiled, regardless of what color you are. If you're doing stuff, if you're in a certain neighborhood, you're acting a certain way, you're getting profiled. They don't care. If I'm in, okay, so here's the thing. Let's think about this for a second. Tell me if this isn't being profiled. Let's say it's 2:00 in the morning, and I just happen to be going through a black neighborhood where a lot of drugs are sold. You don't think I might get pulled over by the cops? Because why is that white boy in that black neighborhood? What's he doing? Well, he's got to be in there looking for drugs. You see what I'm saying? So again, there's another way that people are profiled. It happens all the time. So, just putting that out there. Guys, what do we got? 846 in the chat. We're at 248 on the thumbs up. If you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, please shoot a thumbs up for me. I would appreciate that. Thank you for showing support for the channel as well. And, and again, it helps with the algorithms. So the more thumbs up we get, the better off because it shows that interaction. So thank you for doing that ahead of time. And again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, and do that as well. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And thank you for doing that as well. So, but, it's just, I'm going to tell you what. With everything that is going on, with all these people out and about, and again, and I talked about not even just the protesters, I talked about the people out on the beaches. Thousands upon thousands of people out on the beaches, okay? Now, we're going to find out really, really quickly here within the next month if I'm wrong. And again, if I'm wrong, I'll be the first one to get on here, guys, and say, oh, I was wrong. I made a mistake. I didn't say it right. COVID is not a big deal. I hope I can do that. I truly, truly hope I can do that. I don't think I'm going to have to do that because I think I'm going to be right. Open this stuff back up. You're going to see a spike in the numbers again. Somebody said, well, now it's warm and it's hot, and so now we don't have to worry about it. Well, you know what? Tell that to Brazil. Because Brazil, the numbers down there are jumping up exponentially. Tell that to India. The numbers in India are jumping up as well. It's hot in both of those places. All right. So, you explain that to me. It's, let's see. Hey, I'd missed your streams. Glad to be back. Vintage vibes. Well, thank you. I'm glad to have you back. Thank you very much. EMT would have immediately begun compressions. Yeah, Aaron, you know what? And that's a great point. The whole thing, they just rolled him over, threw him on that cart. If he was dead on the scene, which it appeared that he was dead on the scene, they would have immediately bagged him, started CPR. Absolutely, that's what they would have done. And Aaron said that he's an EMT. Okay, yeah. So what the whole thing, none of it. I mean, you have a gentleman that's being walked around a car. He collapses. So what do? Y'all jump on top of him? That doesn't make any sense. It makes no sense whatsoever. And it was a nice diversified group of police officers too, don't you think? Does that even make any sense? It just, none of it makes sense. That's all I'm saying. So again, I believe, truly a big believer in question everything. If something is too good to be true, I mean, is that not a perfect storm right there to get people amped up? Oh, and then we throw in Antifa in there to really get the ball rolling. It's just, like I said, I'm telling you right now, I'm glad I live where I live, away from that craziness, away from the stupidity of people. A lot of stupid people out there, a lot of people being manipulated without realizing they're being manipulated, because you're playing right into their hands. You are giving them exactly what they want. And when I say they, I mean whoever is really truly running the thing. So they probably sedated him to take 8 minutes. And again, I'm going to say this one more time again. 8-minute response for the ambulance. That's pretty quick. Man, that's a great ambulance crew that got there in 8 minutes. How long does it normally take? You ever call an ambulance, especially in the city? How long does it normally take? It takes a lot longer than 8 minutes, generally. So, what is Antifa? Is that like the domestic ISIS? Antifa is a group that wants communism, and so they want anarchy brought in so that they can come in and control everything and usher in communism into this country. That's what Antifa is all about. So Antifa is made up of whites, blacks, reds, yellows, whatever color they want, as long as they're following that ideology. That's what Antifa is about. They want communism. And so, that's, hey, VR, they never waste a good crisis, do they? Absolutely not. They absolutely do not. And thank you so much for that donation, too. I do appreciate that. They are violent people. Happy Elf just said that. You're right. They are very violent people. They, like I said, they want anarchy. And I find it funny. And I will say this, remember that we had heard the whole thing about Antifa says they're coming to suburbia. They're coming out to the country. They haven't come out to the country. They probably haven't even gone out to suburbia. They would not do well with their antics out in suburbia in the country. Prepper Chris 1, com is great till you run out of other money. Yeah, right, exactly. Communism is great until you run out of others' money, is right. Yeah, and it's like, and the thing is with communism, it's that collective stuff, and there's no incentive. There's no incentive to try to get ahead. Thank you very much for the donation as well, Chris. I appreciate that. So, but again, these idiots that are pulling this nonsense, they're not coming to the country. All right, there ain't no streetlights out here. It's dark. We got woods, and guess what? We know those woods, and we're all armed. So, good luck to the morons, Antifa or any of those other screwed up organizations that think that they're going to come out to the country and cause havoc. It's not going to go well for you if you try that, okay? There's an old saying that I would say with that. If they truly try to do that type of stuff, they better make sure they have a big supply of one thing, and that would be body bags. Because people in the country are not going to play. And I'm talking grandma and grandpa all the way down to the store clerk, okay? In the country, it's a different mindset out in the country. And people are pretty decent to each other out here. And it don't matter what color we are out here. It really doesn't, okay? People are decent to each other. Here's the things what I want you to understand. You get into the city and it's rush, rush, rush. Everything's in a hurry, even suburbia. Everything's in a hurry. Everything's in a big rush. Once you get further out into the country, it's a lot more laid back. People are more gentle, I guess is the right word. They're more receiving. They're decent to each other. So it's a different mindset. I'm a grandma. I like that. Colleen Rich Pickett just said that. It's all right. Now I bet you're ready to go there too, aren't you, my dear? So, but country doesn't have high-end stores to loot. You're right about that, Karen. Hey, Asif, Antifa plus country equals lead poisoning. Exactly. Yep, exactly. Thank you so much for that donation as well. Prepper Chris 1, dogs bark, guns, dark woods, bring it, Antifa. Exactly. Dogs are great, and thank you so much for the donation as well. Dogs are a great early warning system. They will let you know somebody's there that is not supposed to be there. Hey, Denise Gonzalez, thank you very much for the donation. I do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, but it's, people get away from the city, suburbia, move out to the country because they want peace. That's why people move out to the country. I love it when people say, oh, well, you're hiding in the woods. I'm not hiding in the woods. I'm right here. I'm out, leap of faith. Ed, it's over now that they've charged all the cops. If not, this was never about George. Exactly. So they upgraded the charges. That's a great comment, leap of faith. Thank you for saying that. So now they can stop protesting because all 4 cops have been charged. They upgraded it to second-degree murder. And, like I said in the beginning, this guy's going to jail. There's no doubt he's going to go to jail. So depending on how much time he gets, that's what's going to be determined. So, we'll see how things work out. Hey, Jackie C. Love watching your homestead progress and the chickens. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I got to tell you, I love the chickens. They're my favorite. They're so entertaining. They're so fun. And they're just, they're my girls and boys, so they're my ladies. So they're awesome. They're very awesome. Hold on a second. Tony Draper just said, I know us lot have prepared, but those that haven't will eventually run out of food when they're now got to deal with looted, burned in shops and no food in the shelves. Well, you know what, Tony, it's what's going to happen, in my opinion. If it was me, if it was my business that they looted, I wouldn't open up that business again in that neighborhood. If I had a store, that would be done. So they would have to travel farther out to get to other stores, because why would you want to put a store in a neighborhood where eventually they're going to try to burn it down and loot it again? It doesn't make any sense. Again, I know that there was a lot of outside agitators. There's a lot of this, guys, that's going on that looks very, very planned, very, very organized, and it's all over the country. It's not like just, Rochester, New York, okay? It's not just Rochester. It's all over, okay? No, my birthday, Annette Boyle just said Ed's birthday tomorrow. No, June 9th. June 9th is my birthday. So 6 more days. So, yep, the big double nickels for me, June 9th. So, Prepper Chris 1, remember the looting UPS and the FedEx trucks? Yep, I saw that too. Yeah, and steal everything that's not nailed down. And they beat that one guy. I think that one guy may die. So, it's unfortunate. None of the actions that happened, the looting, the hurting of people, the destruction of property, the fires, that doesn't help anything. All that does is galvanize other people in their thought process, in the hatred and stuff like that against people that are doing that type of stuff. And I'm going to tell you what, I've seen the crowds. It's a mixed crowd. It's a mixed crowd of people doing that. Hey, Holly Chapman, first COVID, then asteroids, and murder hornets, then protest riots, looting. Hold on a second, I want to make sure. And now they're back to asteroids again. They better come up with something better if they want an Emmy. Yeah, right, exactly. Thank you very much for the donation, and thank you for that comment as well. Prepper Chris 1, can't wait for 2021. Where's Batman when we need him? Exactly. Thank you very much for the donation as well. It's just, we're in very, very crazy times. And so because of the situations of things that are happening, a lot of stuff distracting us, right? Pulling us this way, pulling us that way. Again, I'm going to say this, and I lead by example. I'm jamming, trying to get as much things done as possible. The one thing that I've told you guys, absolutely, more food, more food, more food, more food, okay? You better have a way to purify water. Have as much fresh water as you possibly can, but definitely have different ways to purify water. Get out and get those Sawyer water filter kits. $30 and you got 100,000 gallons of fresh water, right there. So that's water's key, number one. Always water, number one. 3 days without fresh water and you're dead. More people will die from dysentery in a post-event than any other way, okay? The second thing is definitely food. There's going to be food shortages. There's going to be food prices going up. You're never going to get food cheaper than you're going to get it right now. That's what I'm going to say, because it's like, look at the way the prices have gone up. Package sizes have gone down. The price of food has gone up. If you can get things in bulk, put them away, do it. I highly, highly encourage you to do that. Hey, Full of Hope. They're not even Antifa. They're paid mercenaries. Well, yeah, they are definitely paid to agitate. You're right. But, their affiliation is definitely with Antifa, though. And thank you so much for the donation as well. I do appreciate that. Expect one cop to disappear either by suicide or killed in jail, but maybe relocated with a new identity. Yeah, well, that's never shocking either. Hey, Donna Smith, here's one for you. If 2020 was a drink, what would it be? Colonoscopy prep. Yeah, right? Huh? Everclear, yeah, right. Thank you so much for the donation as well. And look who's here. She's actually off the phone for 2 minutes. Thank you for joining us.
Look, we talked this morning. We haven't gotten back on the phone, so.
Oh, no. That's terrible.
Heaven forbid I enjoy my time here.
I'm happy that you're enjoying your time.
Here's Max.
Oh, you gotta do the cat thing? All right, so anyway, guys, I see we're almost at 1,000 people in the chat. We're at 401 on the thumbs up. So if you haven't shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to do that, please, to show support for the channel. And it also, again, it helps with the algorithms, so that's always a good thing as well. It just helps us out, so I would appreciate it if you would do that. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe so that you can get all notifications. Make sure you hit that bell icon as well. So, do you know anything about the powdered milk I ordered over a month ago? Again, right now, the powdered milk is back out of stock. They're going to have that back in again very shortly. As soon as they have that back in, I'm sure your orders are going to be going out. A bunch of orders just went out today. I didn't check to see what they were yet because, like I said, again, I've been a little bit busy. But this morning I got on when it was raining, and I was getting into some of the emails and trying to catch up. I'm trying to save that type of stuff for bad weather. So
can you sign me the egg count so I can get? Even I don't know. He didn't tell me.
Nice. All right. Well, okay, we'll do that real quick right now. What's the egg count today, guys? What do you think? So yesterday, the girls set the record, 15 hens, 15 eggs, so you can't get higher than that. They each laid yesterday. So what do we all think our egg count is for today? So we're going to look at
32.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
Yeah, not even close. So let's see what everybody says today. All right. So Unique Prepper, if you said 10, like Unique Prepper said, then you are correct. We ended up with 10 eggs today. So not terrible, I'm never going to complain. So it was kind of a rainy morning. So, that's but
we're running out of people to give them to. That's the only thing we complain about.
I know.
We're probably like, stop giving us eggs. We already have 3 dozen.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. They've been laying like crazy. So we had I had my plumber here the other day. He put in a new tank for us up in the loft. It was a 3-gallon tank, and it kept kicking on way too much and stuff like that. So he put in a 22-gallon tank. Much, much better, by the way. So then I said to him, his name's Joe. I said, listen, Joe, you're taking 2 dozen eggs home with you when you go. He's like, no problem. He goes, man, the last time you gave me eggs, those are awesome. So I said, just save the egg cartons. I said, and like that. Now I like sharing. I do. I like sharing and helping other people out, and so that's what we do. But yeah, we are giving eggs away like crazy.
Oh, Dagmar King, happy 48th wedding anniversary. That's great.
Today is my 40th wedding anniversary. Oh, very nice. Dagmar King. Very nice.
Don't cut my
Congratulations.
hair. Thank you. I don't intend on cutting it. I don't know when I'm gonna let it grow to, but it's gonna keep on growing for a while. Thank you.
Have you
Sincerely,
figured out if the
Kristen.
babies are boys or girls? I have not. It's too early to tell yet with them. So I'm hoping for more hens. But there's one that is way bigger than the other ones, and I'm thinking that one might be a male. Either that or
We have a PO box if you want to send anything. It's in the description of videos.
well,
probably.
yeah. The PO box is in every video down in the description. But it's PO Box 432. It's Dansville, New York, 14437.
And yes, Prepper Chris, when we can go Halloween egging and hay.
Are we
You
going
want
Halloween egging and hay? That's funny. Thank you for the donation, Chris, as well. I do appreciate that.
Love the long hair.
You're
Thank you.
you're complaining because you have too many eggs. Well, I can only eat so many eggs a day,
And I don't eat very many eggs.
and she doesn't eat very many eggs. So when you're getting between 9 and 15 eggs a day, you got to have a lot of people to give them to, and so we do. We give them, to quite a few people. So
And no, I don't French braid my hair. I don't know how. Well, I know how to on someone else, but not on myself. So I haven't done that. Need to get my own channel. I know.
your
Thank
hair
you.
looks so thick and healthy, Heather.
I've never dyed it. I should probably trim the split ends, but all I do is trim my bangs and that's it. I don't use any other harmful products or heat in it.
Yep. And
So-
what's the shampoo that you use?
I like to use Tresemme conditioner and shampoo.
Where's Heather's motorcycle? She's gonna get one. She's gonna get one in time, Bruce. I promise. She'll have her own.
Thank you for saying I have a happy face. I have a big mouth. That's why.
What's
I
that?
said, she said I have such a happy face. So I have a big mouth that takes up a lot of my face. So when I
Yeah.
smile.
You got a big mouth because you take after your father.
Oh, look who's come to join us. Hold on, she's coming up there.
Is she coming?
She's coming.
She's pulling up.
She's trying.
Bella. Bella's coming.
There we go.
Here she is. Oh,
Oh. Whenever I'm in here, she has to come in here and be like, "What's happening? Why aren't you in your room?"
a UFO landed in my backyard last night. The aliens flipped me off and flew away. JJ, that's funny. Yeah, I heard about that as well. So, your hair is beautiful too, Ed. Thank you, Vintage Vibes. I've worked on it. Actually, tonight's a shave the head night. This is actually long because you can actually see. And here's the weird part. A lot of that is still really dark, which is kind of weird.
Can you two relax? It's cat drama.
I guess. But yeah, she's vocal. Yeah, Bella is definitely vocal. She will tell you when she's unhappy. But are you going to make pickled eggs? Probably not, David, because I won't eat pickled eggs. So it's not really my thing. Your beard grew super. Yeah, I know. This has gotten longer again. I let it grow back out a little bit. I don't know. I probably keep it growing. Because I don't care.
My black cat screams when I pick her up. I think most cats do. They're very dramatic.
Yeah. Preppers, do you use oil for your head? Just wondering. Amy and Jeremy. Well, no, I don't. I'll tell you what. I'm very oily naturally. So, like, my forehead right now is very, very oily. And if you could see my hand, it's oily. I have very oily skin. That's why I don't have a lot of wrinkles. And that I get from my dad. My dad was like, before he really started to show his age, he was in his 70s. And up to that point, people thought he was a lot younger. But my dad never had facial hair. So if I didn't have the beard and the goatee on, I won't dye it because I don't care. Again, it's who I am. It's made me, So, but
Lori asked how late I sleep in. Well, when I go to bed at like 5 a.m., 6 a.m., I usually sleep until 3. So that was today. Whoops.
Your mask won't fit, Ed. Terrence Parker Jr. said. Well, I don't go out in public a ton, to be honest with you. If we go anywhere, we go to the grocery store or we go to Lowe's, maybe Walmart. That's it. And usually Walmart is grocery store and then whatever else we're getting at that time. So.
Okay, so I am leaving. Thank you for the compliments.
All right, we'll see you.
I'm taking Belle.
Of course you are. Gosh, she's a whiner. That's so funny. JJ, Heath, JJ's asking, any news on returning to campus? I should be back here in a second. Yeah, my daughter, she stays up late. Depends on who she's talking to. Okay, so any news on returning to college?
So I just got an email. I have, if those who don't know, I applied to be an RA for dorms. And I haven't heard back yet, but I do have a room set up just in case that doesn't work out, and we'll see. Hopefully I get it because I don't want to pay for a room. So since my friend and I who applied were going to be second years, they said that they're going to be giving us a quad-sized room for just 2 people. So I don't think they're going to be doing quads and triples, but they do want us back on campus, and they're trying to have that.
Trying to work it out?
Yeah, even if we do online classes, they want us on campus so we can still have the experience, which I appreciate.
Yeah, so they can make more money.
Well, yeah. So, yep, okay.
All right, I love you.
Love you too.
Take him with you,
I
please.
don't want him. He loves you.
I know he does.
I lose.
So anyway, guys, sorry about that. But, yeah, we're hoping that she gets the RA position. She's got a really good chance at it, I think. She was straight A's as a freshman, and she doesn't get in any trouble, and she's really personable, and she pretty much gets along with everybody, so it's a really good chance that she'll get that position. So that's what we're hoping for. But, again, she wants to go back on campus. I get it. She's 18. She wants to be around other people her own age, instead of being around her old man all the time. But, I get it. But she's a good kid. She's doing all right. She'll be fine. So, let's see what we got here. I got powdered eggs, number 10 can. Don't panic. Just said, that's cool. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Actually, I think I have some powdered eggs myself, to be honest with you. Not that I need them, but I'd dye the goatee red, white, and blue. Jerry just said that's funny. No, I don't do the whole dyeing thing. I did one time I dyed it just for like a lark, just before I shaved it all off. Yeah, I did it just for fun, and it was kind of like a joke. But I'm gonna tell you what, I'm not vain in that aspect at all. I'm me. This is what you get. This is natural. It is. I was married twice, so this is what happens when you get married twice. It all goes white. I'm being sarcastic the weird part is my eyebrows are still black. How weird is that? I have like one white hair in this eyebrow now. On my chest, it's mostly black. The white are starting to take over, but weird. So, like I said, it's just like when it's hot out, I don't have a shirt on. I'm sweating so bad. There's no way. And, so, like I said, I've had people say to me, oh, do you think you look good without a shirt on? I know I don't. And guess what? I don't care. I'm not doing it for you. I don't think I'm all, oh, look at me. Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm doing it for my own comfort. Because if I had a shirt on, I would be soaked through the shirt and a big old sweat stain down the back of it. No, I don't want to do that. That's why I wear the do-rag, because I sweat. It runs down in my face. I wear my bandana, and it's so for the sweat, But again, everybody's going to have an opinion. Everybody's going to say what they're going to say, and that's fine. I'm just going to continue being me. I haven't changed. I don't think I've changed. I'm still the same person. So I got to tell you something. This is kind of exciting in a way. I got an email from a young lady, because I'm going to say young lady because she's younger than me, who lives up in Alaska, and she is an author, and she writes books, and she asked me if I would like to collaborate with her and do a book. So it would be a book about living off grid, the experience of it, from my perspective. Obviously, I've been living off grid for over 5 years now. And we start our 6th year, actually June 22nd, I believe, starts our 6th full-time year up here off grid and all that type of stuff. So I think that's pretty cool. And so we're going to collaborate together and do a book. And I think that's going to be really, really neat. Really, really neat. So it's going to be fun. And she's a published author already, and I won't say her name because I don't want to jump the gun on anything. So, but I think it's going to be very, very cool. And her boys are watching tonight. So, hi guys. Want to say hi to you guys, and so that's I'm excited for that. I think it's going to be very, very cool. and it actually could probably turn into more than one book, just because I want to focus on the journey, what brought us to where we got, what brought us to the point where we decided to go off grid, and then what steps we took and what we had to do and what we went through and the whole experience of that, and and then just kind of expand on it from there. I think that's what we're gonna work on. So, but it's just I think it'll be cool. So I'm just putting that out there. It's very early stages of this. We got a long way to go, but we're going to try to get a book out. We'll see how fast we can do it, and we'll just kind of go from there. So I think it'll be really, really cool. Hey, Sean, he says, what's up? What's up from Cincinnati? Not too much, actually. Just kind of enjoying it. It was funny because I was going to go this afternoon. I did my video earlier, and I went back out and I did some more work, and then I'm like, okay, the clouds are starting to roll in. It looks like it might rain, and I wanted to roll down and get more quickcrete and stuff like that. Well, the rain came, and it came, so that killed those plans. Prepper Chris 1, I've been watching since Odin. I just started my journey. Oh, that's cool. I appreciate that. And so what is he saying? He's saying he's watched since Odin. My original channel that I had was Odin L 555. Why? I don't know. That's just what I came up with. Odin, because I like the Norse mythology. Anybody that watches this channel knows that I love the Norse mythology and the whole Viking thing. I love that, okay? So that was part of it. And so that was my original channel. But then I ended up forgetting my password, and I couldn't get into that channel anymore. So I have no idea how to even get into that channel. And so then I started Prepper Nurse 1. And here we are now. So, hey, Asif, name of the book, STD. Not what you think it is. That's funny. Well, we'll probably definitely be discussing STD in the book, yes, but probably not for the title. That would probably kill the people from wanting to go and read it because they would have no idea what it meant. They would think the bad thing. So, but thank you for the donation. I do appreciate that. But so anyway, I want to get back really quickly and touch on again what we were talking about earlier with the virus and everything like that. With everything that has been going on, the slow reopening of stuff and people being packed out in the beaches and all that type of stuff, with all the protests going on and just thousands upon thousands of people all intermingling together, along with the police presence and the National Guard in some cases, you're going to see, in my opinion, a spike in the numbers. Again, I believe that you are going to see in the fall a second round of this thing come in. This next spike is not going to be the second round. Second round is going to hit in the fall, and I think it's going to be much more deadly than this one. So really, really imperative that we all get ready. Again, this is the new lull, if you will. Stores are full of stuff again, right, guys? You can go out there. I just went out and I bought another 30-pack of toilet paper the other day. Why? Because it was there. And I was like, well, I got a bunch, so I'll just get another 30-pack. I mean, I'm good to go on toilet paper. I'm not even worried about that. But I probably wouldn't have had to worry about toilet paper for quite a while, okay? But I believe, again, this is the next lull. There's going to be another storm coming. I believe that there is. And again, think about this. We have hurricane season just starting, okay? June 1st starts hurricane season. With the COVID and everything else that's going on and the craziness, now we'll throw a hurricane in there, or, strong hurricane. I think you're going to see a lot more stuff happening. But like I said, again, I just get those biggest gardens than you ever did before. Continue to prep. Continue to get things together. Don't slow down on it. Don't take this and go, okay, everything's fine now. Everything's going to be great. Don't do last minute stuff, okay? Prepper Chris 1, we know what's it for Halloween, right? Eggs and up and TP. Yeah, right? For Halloween. Save up those eggs and TP for Halloween, right? Exactly. We're going to pick somebody out and just egg their house and TP their trees. Thank you for the donation, too. I appreciate that. Yep, a very active hurricane season ahead. John T. McGill says, yep. I think we're in for some trouble, guys. I really do. So, will this be an election year? I think you'll still see the election go on. I think what a lot of what's going on, and this is again my opinion, I think Biden's got the nomination pretty much. I mean, he's going to have the nomination for the Democrats, right? They don't want him out there talking. They don't want him out there continuing to put his foot in his mouth like he's continued to do already. Okay, continue to show that he's not competent for this job. I don't think that he is. That's my opinion. And it's not like I'm rah-rah Republican, and you guys know that, okay? I'm a free thinker. But I look at him as an individual and say, this guy, too quick to anger. He's got a short fuse. If they get into debates, Trump will destroy him, absolutely destroy him, because he'll goad him. And Biden don't know when to shut up. So I think that it would just really show how incompetent he is. So they're trying to avoid that. If they can keep unrest stirred up and keep the focus off of Biden and try to usher him through and get him elected. And I saw a thing today, and it said that Biden had an 11-point lead over Trump. Again, how big of a lead did Hillary have over Trump leading up to the election? She was supposed to win by a landslide. With the Electoral College, Trump won by a landslide. And they're like, oh, well, Hillary won the popular vote. Well, yeah, because all the, Democrats are all jammed into certain areas. Hey, Asif, on my Facebook weather page, my Atlantic hurricane prediction, 12 tropical storms, 12 hurricanes, 4 to 5 major hurricanes, categories 3 to 5. Yeah, you know what? And again, that wouldn't be surprising at all, But yeah, JJ just said, don't look, or Prepper Chris went to, don't look over there, right? They're trying to distract us, guys. They don't want us to pay attention. Look at this guy. Pay attention to him. And again, so when we had Trump or Hillary, and I remember when the election was coming, I said, these are our choices. This is the choices that we have. Again, I think that they could have done a lot better choice than Biden, in my opinion. Again, yeah, all the dead people voted for Hillary. Yeah, exactly. It's because racist Biden came out of the basement reading a script. Yeah, he's an idiot. I'm sorry. It's scary to think of him leading the country. We'll see what happens. Trump is an egotistical man-child with his hands on the nuclear code. Sorry, I'm not a fan of his. Patrick Adams, that's fine. And you know what? Does he have temper tantrums? Is he very outspoken? Absolutely he is. I can't disagree with you on that. Some of the stuff he does, I look at it and I go, why did he do that? That doesn't make any sense. Overall, in my opinion, I think the guy's done a pretty good job. Sometimes he needs to shut up as well. He doesn't, and he won't. And, that's just the way it is. Prepper Chris won. Whatever happened to voting the best in? Exactly. The lesser of two evils. And I'm glad. And I'll tell you what. I can't even begin to tell you how happy I am that Hillary didn't get in. Because she was, I couldn't believe that people could not see through her. I couldn't believe it. Again, but I'm not sitting here being one party or the other party. I'm sitting here looking at it objectively, saying this person is this or this person is that. Trump is who Trump is. We know what we're getting with Trump, okay? I think he's trying to help the country. Is he an egomaniac? Of course he is. But guess what? Anybody that wants to be in that position of power, they are an egomaniac. They love it. They can't get enough of it. So they all want that. They want the accolades. They want the praise. They want all of that stuff. So it don't matter who it is. They're all going to want that type of stuff. But realistically, they're not the ones running the country. They're really not, if you think about it, I did want to talk about real quick, guys, on my website at preppernurse1.com. We have the Prepper Nurse 1 community. So if you go to preppernurse1.com, you click on Prepper Nurse 1 community, it'll drop down. You do have to register, but it is totally free. No credit card information's asked, nothing like that. Totally free to join. It's a great resource for you guys to connect with like-minded people. We developed that for you so that you could have that opportunity to connect with like-minded people. Also on my website, preppernurse1.com, if you click on store, it'll drop down and it'll say Legacy Foods. It's an opportunity there to add to your freeze-dried food storage, which is a great thing to have as far as preparedness goes. What is there is available right now. Other things are out of stock. So they're trying to get things back in stock. I'm thinking within a month or so, everything should be back in stock because they have been catching up. They're getting orders out. It has been a nightmare, and I will not even begin to say how it's not been. It has been a nightmare. But I want you to think of why is it a nightmare with all the freeze-dried food companies, okay? So well, let me just say this first. But anyway, if you're looking to add your freeze-dried food storage, go to my website, click on store, drops down, it says Legacy Food, click on that, add to your storage if you would like to. If you like Augustin Farms, if you like Mountain House, or whatever other one that's out there, go ahead and get those. I don't care. As long as you're helping yourself, that's what I care about, okay? But anyway, so let's talk about the nightmare of these freeze-dried food companies and everybody being behind. You have everybody and their brother all ordered at once because people were scared, okay? And because of that, we went from things shipping out in 7 or 8 days to being months because they sold out of everything. They have to remake things, and so it has to be redone. So the good thing is, if you want to look at it on a positive note, when you do get your freeze-dried food, so let's say you put your order in April. Okay, let's just use that as an example. You put your order in April, and let's say you don't get your food until July. Well, that food was probably made in June. So it's going to be the freshest stuff. It's going to be very, very new. It's not something that's been sitting around for 6 months. So that's a positive part if you want to look at it that way. Anybody that is ordered, you will get your food. Just please be patient. It'll come together. You will get your food, okay? So, Dawn Pratt said, are you and Heather voting? I have never voted. I never will vote. I think the system is crooked as can be. I hate politics. I hate politicians. So, no, I will never vote. Heather did register to vote. I don't know if she plans on voting in this election because she said she doesn't like either one of the candidates. So she probably may skip it. I don't know. It's going to be her call. She can do whatever she wants to do because she is an adult and go from there. But, yeah, I don't vote. Never have. As a 16, 17-year-old kid, I looked at the system and said, this thing's a joke. And if you think your vote makes a difference, you're sadly mistaken. It doesn't. Realistically, let's look at it realistically. Hillary Clinton stole the nomination from Bernie Sanders back going against Trump. I think if Bernie Sanders had gone against Trump, I think Bernie Sanders would have won. Okay, that's my opinion. Not a huge Bernie Sanders fan either because he's a closet communist. Okay, so not in for communism at all. All right, but Hillary stole that nomination, and so they thought she was a shoo-in. Well, we see what happened there. Okay, but lifelong politicians are nothing but a bunch of criminals, in my opinion, and they get caught all the time. Insider trading. We've just had the whole issue with a whole bunch of them just before the whole thing happened with the virus. They sold certain stocks. Insider information. Of course, they're going to have that information, so they're going to get rid of that stuff because they don't want to lose money. Like I said, judge me if you will. That's fine. I've always been honest about that. I will never BS you guys. So that's where I'm at with that. So, and I also live in a Democratic state where if I vote for whatever because I'm obviously more conservative thinking in the long run. I do have some liberal views, but I'm more conservative than I am liberal. Okay. But again, I would never, my vote wouldn't make no difference because New York is always going to go Democratic. So there you go. Does a no vote go to the government like it automatically does here in the UK? No, not at all. I don't think that it does. So, eventually, the best the left can come up with, that says a lot. Yeah, that's kind of scary. That is very, very scary. So I think Trump will beat him. I still, even though they're saying that, Biden's ahead in the polls by 11%, I'm not buying that. Again, they're trying to sway people again, just like they tried to do in the last election, Remember election night? Hillary's going to win. Hillary by a landslide. Well, what happened? Didn't happen. And I don't care if she won the popular vote or not. That doesn't make any kind of difference. Electoral college is the way it goes. So that way smaller states actually have a say-so in who wins the presidential election. And, of course, now the Democrats want to do away with that because states like California, Florida, in New York would dominate the election in a lot of liberals in those states. So don't forget to paint the battery room. Actually, I'm going to stain it. I'm not going to paint it. It's going to get stained. So yeah, I will be doing that. That's going to happen too. A couple other things higher up on the list, but yes, the battery room will be taken care of before. Maybe I will paint it. I don't know, but that'll get taken care of before winter. I guarantee. Yeah, promise you that it will get taken care of. So there's a lot to do. Again, I go out there every day and try to get something done and work on that progress, and that's all I can do. If I have help, that my brother-in-law and my sister are here, we get more stuff done, obviously. But if they're not here, it's not like I'm going to say, well, I'll just do nothing. I'm going to continue to go out and do what I got to do. Again, I need to get more Quikrete. I need to get more rebar, and so I will be doing that as well. I'm using 28 pieces of rebar per bed, and I have decided, just so you guys know, I'm going to box the whole thing in with concrete blocks. I'm not going to leave one end open. I'm leaving it open until I get it filled up, and then I'm going to block that end off. So when that first bed is done, that's when that first bed's getting planted. So within hopefully a couple days, that first bed will be planted. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I can finish filling that up tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. Again, it's going to depend on the weather. Actually, I don't even know what the forecast is. Hold on. Let me look at it real quick, and I will tell you guys what we're looking at for tomorrow. Let's see. Yep, so tomorrow is supposed to be, yeah, we're good. No rain in the forecast until maybe after 4 in the afternoon. So next 5 days are looking fantastic. So we can get a lot of work done in the next 5 days, and that's the game plan. And I'm just going to keep banging away at it and getting it done. And that's what we're going to do. And, so you'll get to see the progress, and maybe it's boring for some people. I don't know, but I just got to, Prepper Artie Franklin, be nice when Mom comes. Yeah, Mom's actually planning on coming up, I think, for the weekend. But I'll be happy when she's here full time with me. And she will be in the house with me. So that's the game plan. So we have things we got to take care of, obviously. There's a lot going on. But it's going to be a very, very busy summer, which is never a bad thing. But we're going to get there. We're going to get there. So what do we got? We had 869 in the chat. We got 600 on the thumbs up, guys. Again, I know it's a pain that I ask a lot, but if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do so. I appreciate the support. And also, again, it helps with the algorithms. So the more thumbs up we get, the better. And it helps, with the ranking and all that type of stuff. So to show support for the channel, if you would do that, I would appreciate it. Also, again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do subscribe for all the updates and all that type of stuff, So, again, thank you again ahead of time. Make sure you hit that bell icon as well. Let's see. EV3 Dale, my potatoes are 2.5 feet tall and bushy. Very cool. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah, my potatoes are actually doing very well as well. I got to actually add more dirt to them is what I got to do next. Jen A, it's not boring. Thank you for taking us along. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Have you heard from Little Prepper Lady, B. Foster? Yeah, I talked to her yesterday. I talked about yesterday in the stream. I had stopped down at Tractor Supply to get more feed yesterday, and I ran into her there, and we talked probably 20 minutes, just sitting there BSing. She's very cool. I like her. She's a nice person, and so she's going through a lot of stuff, and I won't get into all that, but she's going through a lot of stuff. So, but that's life, right? We're all going through something. So. Do you think the kids will go back to school in the fall? I think Simple Life Prepper, great question. Thank you for asking that. I think what you're going to see happen if they do go back to school, and I think that's a big if depending on where we're at and what's going on, it's going to be very, very restrictive for the kids. And I don't think that that's a positive atmosphere because that's going to have them very anxious and in fear and uncomfortable. So, again, I would encourage anybody, if you can do it homeschool, if you can do that, I would absolutely encourage you to do that if you can. So, what a lot of people don't understand, I think, is those kids are only going to be little once. Take every advantage of the time that you have with them and spending time with them and doing things with them. I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to use myself as an example. First 10 years of my kid's life, I worked my butt off all the time. I worked 6 days a week. I did 66 hours a week. I did that for 10 years. And then I was looking at them one day and they were 10. And I'm like, man, this time is just, where did it go? And the one thing in life that we can never get back is time. Once it's gone, it's gone. It's like with me turning 55 next week, I go, where did that go? How the heck did I become 55? It happens, okay? It just like that, it happens, unfortunately. And my grandmother always told me, she said, the older you get, the faster it goes. And she's right. Because here we are, we're already in June. And I'm like, how are we already in June? It's amazing, okay? But anyway, that time you can never get back. So to be able to spend quality times with your kids and foster them and help them grow as positive people and be a positive influence in their life, we have a short window to do that. And I'm going to tell you what, I will never, ever regret the move that I made. So, are you buying your supplies from the cheapest price available to you? We're the choices of, as far as supplies for block and rebar and stuff. Yeah, pretty much. And that's, I'm doing what I have to do on that aspect, and none of it's cheap, unfortunately. But again, with your kids, guys, that time is going to fly. Whenever, I'm going to tell you what I do. Whenever I see anybody like a mother in a store and she's got 2 or 3 little kids, I always say this, always. I say, enjoy that time now, because one day you're going to miss it, because it's amazing how fast it goes. I mean, I look at my guys. My guys are going to be 19 this year. Josh is going to be, Josh is going to be 25, I think, 25 in January of next year. So, I mean, I look at that and I go, how did it happen? But it's amazing. It is amazing how fast that time goes. And, I'll be honest with you, I miss it already. I mean, when she went off to school and then Eddie left and moved in with Mom, it took a while. I adjusted, but it took a while. But it's just, it is amazing how fast that time goes. It really, truly is. Hey, Prepper Chris 1. You're going to blink again and have grandkids. Don't even say that. I'm looking forward to grandchildren. I am. I'll be honest with you. I can't wait to have the grandkids come here and I can show them everything and show them the aquaponics with the fish and how we grow food and where it comes from, and have them feed the chickens and have them collect the eggs. My great nephews come and they want to take turns collecting eggs. I mean, that's very exciting for little kids, and it's a cool thing. And you introduce them to that, and it's very, very neat. And it's great to be able to share that. So yeah, I cannot wait to share that with my grandchildren, and I think it's going to be very fun, and it'll be exciting for them, and it'll be different, and they'll see what it's like, knowing where your food comes from, how to grow your own food, how to be self-sufficient. I think that's really, really important. So, can make hydroponic videos if y'all want them. Prepper Chris 1. I plan on doing that too when I get going with all that part of it. I will be showing all of that, and everything, the failures, the successes, whatever we're doing. I definitely want to share all of that with you guys, and I think it's going to be fun. It's like I said, I have some other things that I got to get lined up here, finished first, and then it's going to be full bore inside the greenhouse. And once we get going in there, it's going to be busy. So I got a few other things that I want to do. I got to get the raised beds finished, get the garden in. I got to get the wood shed, the walls on there, and get that wood all stacked. Order more wood and get that stacked. I got to cut back on both sides of the driveway for the bushes. I need to get that done. I need to get the pillars for the solar panels, the solar panel rack. I need to get that concreted in. So there's 4 things right there that need to get done. And then again, also the greenhouse on top of it. So I will be busy the rest of this year. There's no doubt in my mind. And like I said, we're going to have the raised beds done within the next couple of weeks, or if not sooner. And again, I plan on getting one done, then going to the next one and finishing that, and just work methodically with all of them. Okay. So that's absolutely what we're going to do. That's going to get done. The wood shed's going to get done as well. And then if we have a rainy day, I can spend the day out there inside the wood shed stacking wood, and don't matter if it's raining. So that's what I want to take advantage of that as well. So, because rain is always going to happen. So, Ed, living in the country, what's the bag limit for Antifa? Unlimited. I heard it's unlimited. So they come out here acting stupid. There's no quota, so we can take as many as we want. Ed, I would order more wood now. If things get worse, you might not be able to get it. Patrick Adams, you're right, Patrick, and that's actually going to be happening very, very soon. I'm going to be calling my wood guy probably this week, to be honest with you, is my game plan, is to call him this week and have more wood delivered. So, yeah, that's going to happen. And then, you know, stacking wood and playing with snakes, right? Exactly. Bruce just said that. So, herd vaccination before kids are back at school. There's no way they're going to get it done by that CMI. No way they'll have it ready by then. I doubt that highly. I doubt that, you know. Are your planters designed also for an attack deterrent? Well, you know what, follower Jay? Solid concrete with rebar and filled with dirt. You never know. So, good thing to hide behind, right? So, again, everything's done with more than one thought in mind, but I definitely want them to last a long time. And so we're going to have to see how things go with it. Like I said, I'll know how sturdy they are and how well they're going to hold up after the first winter. That's when I'm going to really know. So Antifa are really tough. You got to pressure cook them. Oh, that's funny. Mr. Rose just said that. Yeah, you know, it's a bunch of snot-nosed kids that think they know everything, and they think that they know nothing. They know nothing. So that kind of happens. So. But yeah, you know what? Like I said, there's a lot of plans here in this year. Once we get to the fall and the things start to slow down, if they slow down, we'll start making our plans for next year. And so you know, we're getting major things banged out this year, and I'm just trying to keep going at it. You know, so again, two things are going to happen this year by the end of the year. Either I'm going to be in fantastic shape, or I'm going to be dead. So, but I will tell you this, being active and being busy and doing that bull grunt work, it has felt really good. Really good. I've really started changing my eating habits as well. And I think that's going to make a difference as well. I like I said, I have some plans and I'm working towards them. I'm tired of walking around at times and being out of breath, just walking around. That sucks. I'm going to tell you right now, that sucks. And I just, you know, I want to be healthier. And so when you're better physically and in better shape that way, it just feels better. And but again, I do have to pace myself. So we'll get there. But like I said, I got a lot of plans and things are coming together. I mean, it's been a very busy year already. We got the battery room done, except for it being painted, which that will happen as well. And that'll be an easy paint job because there's no windows. So how hard is that going to be? That's going to go quick. So, you know. Ed, the property in your spirit is great these days. You know what, Thomas Turner, thank you for that. And I feel, I'm telling you right now, just, you know, I've slept really good the last several days. I've been out there and getting things done, and it feels really good. And you know, it's making a difference, and I like the way it's making me feel. So like when people are like, "Oh, well, get a tractor and do this and do that," and I like, see here, this is weird, okay? And I'm old school with this, I guess. I like doing the physical activity, and I like seeing the results of my hard labor. I enjoy that, and that may be stupid, but to me, it's like I'm accomplishing something, and I'm helping myself physically at the same time. You know, I don't always want to do things the easy way. I'd rather do it a little bit harder way because, again, in a post-event, what's going to happen? Gas will eventually run out. You're not going to have those tools and toys. You're going to have to do things very physically. So if you can be in better shape and better prepared for that, why not? You know, so that's kind of where I'm at. And I need to get in a better shape than Round. So I'm working on it. You know, I absolutely am working on it. So anyway, I'm going to do this now, guys. We are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. There's so many of us all over here. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. So where's everybody from tonight? And while we're doing that, I'm going to ask for another thumbs up again. We're at 812 in the chat, and we got 671 on the thumbs up. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, please do that. Again, it helps with the algorithms and all that as well. So I appreciate that. We got Apollo, Pennsylvania, Northeast Tennessee, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Buffalo, New York, Raleigh, North Carolina, Colorado, Victoria, Texas, Buffalo, upstate South Carolina, Raleigh, North Carolina, Seabrook, Texas, Oregon, London, Linden, Texas, Illinois, Kansas, Oregon, Alberta, in Canada, California, Oregon, Louisiana, South Central Pennsylvania, Zephyr Hills, Florida, Hamilton, New York, Illinois again, the UK again, West Washington State, Indiana, Beanbrook, Texas, Waterloo, New York, Southwest Ontario, and that's in Canada, Las Vegas, Cape Cod, Mississippi, Charleston, South Carolina, Oklahoma, Connecticut, Boston, Mass, Georgia, Rochester, New York, Rhode Island, Kentucky, Indiana, Jamestown, New York, Troy, Vermont, Wells, Michigan, Northern California, Connecticut, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Northern Michigan, Alaska, very cool, California, Ohio, Ontario, Canada, Akron, Ohio. See, we got Mississippi, Missouri. We have Ohio again. We got Michigan, Pennsylvania, Eastern Long Island, very nice, Tennessee, Southwest Minnesota, Boston, Alabama, South Mississippi. We got Massachusetts, and I always say it wrong and don't care, Alabama, Madison, Wisconsin, Oklahoma. So we're all over, guys. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're this huge network of people. We're this huge family. And truly, we are the ones that can make a difference. And I believe that we've been awoken for a reason. I really, truly believe that. We're the ones that after something truly bad goes on, we're the ones that are going to be the ones that help rebuild this nation and make it better. And being smart and being ready and helping people. Helping is the biggest thing. And it's not always about helping with a free handout. It's helping people to learn how to survive. And so we're going to have those skill sets, and we can teach people and we can help people in that way. And again, there's safety in numbers. I've said that over and over again. Get together with like-minded people. If you can do it now, do it now. Pronounce Mexico? What? I don't know what that's, Terrence. I don't know what that's about. But anyway, West Palm Beach, Florida, very nice. We got Philadelphia, that's in Pennsylvania. Phoenix, Arizona. Or as the joke used to be on the commercial, Pahonix. I don't know if you remember that joke or not. But it was, I don't know, we always thought it was funny. Flagstaff, Arizona, very nice. Amarillo, Texas. And again, like I said, we're the ones, guys. We're the ones that truly can make a difference when that time comes. So, think about those things as well. Learn all the skills that you can. Be as ready as you can. Just be vigilant. Be smart, okay? I want to thank my moderators. They tirelessly continue to do a fantastic job with all my shows, keeping the chat clean. So I really appreciate you, gentlemen and ladies, that do that for me. It really does mean a lot to me. You have no idea. And it really helps keep everything decent, and it makes a difference. So I appreciate you guys. So thank you for that. I do appreciate that. Jenna A said, thank you for the great chat. I hope you have a good night. Thank you. I hope you guys do too. Again, guys, you know what? You probably say no way, but you have no idea how much you motivate me. You really do. There's days, and I'll be honest with you, there's days I wake up and I'm like, I don't want to do squat today. But then it's weird because I don't want to disappoint you. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense. And so I get up and I get going. And it's weird because I'm the type of person, okay? This is the weird part. When I get going, then I just go. I'm like, okay, let's get going. Let's rock. Let's get this done. Let's get that done, whatever, And again, you have to listen to your body and you have to kind of be smart about things. But I like getting going once, and that motivation definitely helps. You guys motivate me like you have no idea. And, Give me 5 years. If things don't go to total crap within 5 years, this place up here will be like a small paradise. And that's what I really want to see happen. I want to teach us into a teaching thing as well so that I can teach people. I think that's important. Teaching is so important. And, and getting people in there. Yeah, one take tonight, too. Imagine that. It's awesome. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, guys, I am going to jump off of here for now because we're at that time. So thank you all for being here. I do appreciate it. Remember, we are all in this together. I've been saying that for a long time, and I mean it because it's so true. All over the world, all over this country, we're a big family. And that's what we need to remember. We're all one race, and that's called the human race. Stop letting them divide us. Don't let them divide you. Don't play into their games. Don't feed into it, okay? Too many people are doing that. They're letting it happen. They're buying into the BS. Don't let them do it to you. Don't, okay? Also remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every day. Tomorrow's not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important that we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Also remember STD. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from getting there is you. That's it. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, and you're going to be fine. All right? I will see you all tomorrow. I hope everybody has a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.